you can't talk in person and handle these situations. So unfortunately, yeah, things are not smooth on the relationship front. I think people would even describe it as a shit show right now.
You guys do a lot of dances. Does that make you nervous at all?
No, I think it's a very freeing expression, even if I'm not good at it. With Indian dancing, you could do like anything and it can be considered a step, like screw in the light bulb. You know, it's like anything you want to do, it will become like a Bollywood step.
Richa can just do anything. I feel like I watched last season. I didn't see her sweat not once. It was like just you sweating.
Yeah, I go a little hard.
How is your relationship with her so far since then?
So Rihanna, as you saw, season 1 ended with our engagement ceremony. Unfortunately, things are not so smooth on that front right now. We both had to navigate the pandemic together. We were unfortunately quarantined apart, and that just added further strain to our relationship. When you're long distance, it's so easy to ignore one another, and during the quarantine apart, when we get into fights, the times of being like the fights just dragged out so much longer just because they could. You can't talk in person and handle these situations. So unfortunately, yeah, things are not smooth on the relationship front. I think people would even describe it as a shit show right now.
Well, I'm sorry to hear
So,
that. You know, we're all rooting for you. Like,
yeah,
she gets your quirks. She loves your goofiness, and I love that. You guys just get each other.
it's been 9 years. We've grown together. You know, it's not so easy just to end things, but we can't just keep being in the cycle of that we're currently on. The cycle of, won't they ignore me? We get in fights. It's we have to figure out what the end game is.
But I'm telling you that the fight's a lot worse than like normal. She gave me back my ring.
And I know, like, last season, you kind of had that theme, you know, let's throw it under the rug, you know? And you were able to watch yourself back. Has that changed at all? Like, what have you learned since watching yourself on season one?
I've learned a lot, and you know, I've always been. I guess I would always consider myself a people pleaser, and that's just because of my avoidance of stress, and that's even if it was not my truth, so to say. Like if I was conflicted, I think I would appear like a deer in headlights, and I think I've learned that I can't put people's happiness in front of my own. So I need to figure out and hold dear to what my truths are and deal with it. And I think therapy's helped a lot with that. That I don't want to go out my way to make everyone else happy. I gotta first put my own happiness before everyone else. And when that's the case, I can own my truths, and I think that's better for everyone.
Oh, definitely, definitely. And I'm glad it's like, you know, just seeing you grow, and I hope to see in season 2, you know, you're going to be that person being confrontational and getting, who knows, maybe season 3.
maybe too much, maybe too much.
If you ever talk about me, now he knows.
That you will smash his face into the ground. No. That's not okay.
So, I mean, like, what else can fans expect from season 2 of Family Karma?
You're gonna get a much deeper dive into all our family dynamics. The family's gotten bigger. You're going to be introduced to a few more people in our lives. With all families, you always have expectations. You always expect them to want the best for you, and that's not necessarily. You don't always see eye to eye, and when you don't, you will see some friction amongst the group of friends, and because of how involved our families are, that friction sometimes gets elevated to our parents, and they get involved in our drama as well, whether we ask for it or not. We're all mama boys and daddy girls. It's an interesting dynamic, but fun nonetheless, and I wouldn't take that back for anything.
Yeah, because I mean, at this point, you guys are basically family, and
Yeah, 30 plus year relationships, all of us.
Yeah, that's family, and like at this point, like you guys get in an argument like family, you guys are gonna get over it eventually.
Hopefully.
I said like some like jokes, and he like came at me like super upset.
I had 2 shots, 2 White Claws, and then that's it.
I'm gonna go grab him.
Yeah.
Good luck, baby. Good luck.
We start planning the exit route.
And like one thing I do love about this show is that like we get to see your culture. Last season we saw Diwali, I'm sorry if I didn't say that right, but
Diwali. Yeah,
Diwali.
it's like the V sound. Diwali.
Diwali. Will we get to see like more Indian culture, like any more like celebrations?
Yeah, definitely. I think holidays and celebrations are a big aspect of our culture, and we're very vibrant, very colorful, and I'm so happy to see the representation of our culture on TV. That we were the first ones that were the first Indian American cast show on television history, and I love the way that we're going and what's transpired after the show. That you're seeing so many people that are proud to be Indian American, and I don't think this was always necessarily the case growing up, where I don't think it was necessarily cool to be Indian American because we didn't really have representation, and people were just had a lot of misconceptions and ignorance, really due to a lack of knowledge. So I'm very happy with the direction we're going, but you are going to see a lot more of the holidays, the colors, the vibrance and families.
Yeah, because I think even Brian mentioned that like on the first episode, he was like, he got made fun of bringing curry to school and like stuff like that, and I really do appreciate like the representation, and I know other people are watching this like, wow, like I get to see me on TV.
Yeah, I think it just validates, and you feel more connected, right, when you see yourself in media and TV, and we didn't have that growing up, but I'm so happy with the direction that we're going and how overwhelmingly positive season 1 was taken, and I'm just excited to see what season 2 brings.
Same. I bet your parents were not thinking this would happen by the move at all. Like you guys
it was like getting Indian parents to be filmed and to open up their lives. That's a task in itself. We're a very reserved people. Like we don't want to have our issues out to the public. We always want to maintain this perfect image, but we're not. And I think it's been very freeing that we can showcase that this is who we are. All of us, like bruises, scratches, like we're not perfect.
No, definitely, because on the show you see like your Western culture and then your traditional culture pulling you. Like you see that. And it's kind of cool because although everyone's not Indian, but a lot of cultures feel that. A lot of cultures are feeling that pull, and it's kind of hard to.
Yeah, we've created like our own identity here. That's a mix of both.
I know you were a huge Bravo fan prior. What shows were you watching before you landed on the network?
So I loved Bravo just because of Richa. Richa would make me watch Bravo for 7 years. So the shows that I liked a lot was Shahs of Sunset, Vanderpump Rules, $1 Million Listing, Summer House. I know my list is pretty long. and Below Deck. So yeah, I watched a lot of Bravo. So those are my 5.
Are you ready to pitch what is it, $1 Million Listing Miami?
You know what? We could do $1 Million Listing like commercial real estate. You should see the deals that me and my mom do, like Parvani Commercial Group. Yeah, $1 Million Listing Miami. We do. I think we could put them to shame.